A good deal of experience on the leaderboard of the U.S. Open Golf Championship right now. Lee Trevino, age 44, Jim Thorpe, 35, Tom Watson, Seve Ballesteros. Well, he's young still, but lots of experience. Andy Bean. But then we come to young Fred Couples, one of the longest drivers on the tour and having an outstanding season so far. David Knipe and Lenny Clements. That's the first page, as they say, of your leaderboard in the U.S. Open. Coming to you from the Wingfoot Golf Club in Mamaroneck, New York. Andy Bean, just a few moments ago, on the par 3 13th. At 1 under par, he was 5 strokes behind Lee Trevino. And there was the result. Excellent tee shot.
Beautiful shot, Jim.
Now back out to Seve. John Schroeder's out there. What's the situation on this hole, John?
Well, that's very interesting, Jim. First of all, we got a kind of a traffic jam. The players going off the 13th tee are actually disturbing the players putting on the 12th green, so they had a little momentary delay there while the group hit off. So Seve's had quite a little while to ponder his shot of about 175 yards. I don't know if you can see it on your screen when you look at the green, but the pin is cut in a very difficult spot. It's just up over an incline, and if you don't get the ball up to the hole, it's a very, very, very difficult putt up that hill. So Seve definitely wants to get the ball at least to the flag if he can possibly do it, or else he's going to have a very difficult time two-putting.
How about an update on the weather? Is it changing out there? How does it feel to the player out there?
Well, actually, the big storm yesterday, I think, cleaned out all the real hard heat and humidity. It's a nice, brisk, blustery day. The humidity is going away. It's very comfortable to play. I think it's ideal for the players. It's warm. The only thing that, again, is going to make it difficult for them in clubbing is the wind gusting. And because these trees have grown so since the last Open in '74, they planted a lot of trees right before that Open. They're down in hollows a lot, and the wind tends to swirl, and it's very difficult to figure out what the wind's doing from 175 yards away.
From your viewpoint, any sign of the greens speeding up with this amount of wind and sun on them?
I'll tell you, the players say they're slow, but everybody I've looked at, they look awfully fast to me, and of course this wind is going to dry them out and make them even faster.
John Schroeder out on the fairway as we have a slight backup, a bit of a traffic jam. Nothing like the one we had getting to the golf course this morning, however.
No.
To come the final mile, it took me 50 minutes this morning. You said it took your bride Tally, what, about an hour and a half?
About an hour and a half, later, just a little later than you. They had a gridlock. She experienced her first gridlock.
Huh.
Jay Siegel at number 10.
Jay Siegel, the United States Amateur Champion. On the 10th. Well to the left, but on the putting surface.
Not too far to the left, Jim. That's the narrow part down in there, which Tillinghast did on so many of these greens as you look at it from the tee now, looking back there. I know that the tough pin positions are the ones that are in the front in most cases because that's the most narrow part of these greens. Tom Watson.
Tom Watson. They say he hasn't been playing well for a couple of years. He only happens to be the British Open champion at the moment.
And leading money winner this year.
Yes.
Looks like he's swinging good to me. It may be a little left from the way he was leaning. Yeah, very little.
In fact, we had an observation from our reporter, your wife, did we not, that Tom Watson was seen running down the highway with his own clubs to get to the golf course because of the traffic. Ballesteros.
Wind's drifting that right, Jim.
Okay. But on the green.
Just below that rise I was talking about. It's not as bad as it could have been, but he's going to have a very difficult first putt for birdie.
But, John, you just couldn't miss it left there. You'd have no chance out of that left-hand bunker, would you, where that pin is?
Dave, as you know too well, these greens are very unforgiving if you miss them to the short side of the flag, and you're absolutely right.
Situation has not changed then. Trevino by 1 in the U.S. Open.